Hello and welcome to Ribbon, the data exploration tool from CCL Group. I'm Alex Caithness, the lead developer on Ribbon, and in this video we're going to investigate how Ribbon deals with property lists. If you're involved in investigating iOS or macOS devices, you will likely be very familiar with property lists or plists. They're one of the most commonly encountered data formats, especially with relation to configuration of applications. But they can also hold many kinds of useful data. Furthermore, complexity can be introduced where they contain embedded data or are used as object serialization through the NSKeyedArchiver interface. Let's take a look at what might be considered, from a distance, a fairly trivial example, but it's actually one that forces us to deal with all of these issues. The data that we're going to look at is the composition plist. This gets created by the SMS application on iOS when there are drafts present. As there are two different types of property lists, both text and binary, let's bring this in initially into the hex view so that we can check out which one it is. Okay, so clearly this is a text version. We can see the XML header up here. So we'll push this into the text view in Ribbon, and then onwards into the property list. So what's notable here is that although we have a key called text, what's actually inside that key is clearly not the text for this draft. Rather, it's some base64 data. Luckily, because we're inside Ribbon, we can just push that through to the hex view. So what's interesting here is that embedded inside our text property list, there is in fact a binary property list, shown here by the BP list header. So you can push this through into the property list view. Now Ribbon has highlighted to us here that this is an NSKeyedArchiver property list, and it's offering to unpack it. Let's first take a look at what this data looks like if we don't choose to unpack it. Okay, so we've got some data here. We have a lot of these UID objects here, which are not easy to work with. And we can see that there is some text in here, but the overall structure of the data is not particularly evident. Let's try again, this time choosing to unpack it. What we have now is data which is much more structured. And we can get straight down to the string which makes up the text of this draft. We can also see all sorts of other information about the type of class which was serialized here in the NSKeyedArchiver. Property lists are such a common data type, but they have their own intricacies. As we've seen in this video, having a viewing tool which deals with these potential complexities in a streamlined and integrated way can really help you find and understand the data that you need for your investigations. To find out more about Ribbon, you can visit the CCL website at www.cclgroupltd.com, phone on 01789 261 200, or follow us on Twitter at CCL Group Ltd. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to the CCL YouTube channel so as not to miss out on any future videos.